Rome is famous for a lot of things. And any city that is as famous as Rome is bound to have one thing, and that is a great nightlife. And so tonight we are checking out Piper Club, which is one of Rome's most legendary nightclubs. It was basically like its Studio 54 back in the day, and it's still around today. However, not necessarily Rome's Studio 54, as it were, but still very popular. And so we're going to go check it out and see if it's still a reputable place to go dancing. Okay, so here we are at the outside, as you can probably tell by the giant letters saying Piper Club on the big sign. And I got here early hoping that I could just get right in and start filming this video, but alas, it was not the case. It's not necessarily great when problems start arising as soon as you arrive to a place, however, that is what happened on this one. And this club, unfortunately, started doing one of the things I hate most about going out. You know, nightclubs can be fun, but when they're trying to manufacture lines to make themselves look popular, when, it's empty inside, it's not my cup of tea. I don't think it's anyone's cup of tea. And there was just a general lack of organization. We were all just sort of standing around in a mob, and there were no indicated lines, and I know Italy gets a bad rap for being disorganized at times, but I've gone out in Italy long enough to know that it can be organized if they want it to be. It can be very organized if they want it to be. And the fact that I had to wait nearly 45 minutes to get inside this place was insane, because it was empty. Fortunately, once I finally got in the club, things started getting better. I really liked all the lighting, all the old photos were cool, all the mirrors were nice. As you walk down the stairs, you could definitely tell this place had a vibe to it and things were getting better. As I began to explore the downstairs area of the club, I could tell that they were definitely holding true to that sort of 70s vibe that they were famous for, you know, the disco vibe. And it was cool to see that. I would have thought it changed more since it opened initially. That's what I was expecting at least, but it hasn't really modernized too much. It's really nice that they are keeping close to their roots, and the music reflected that as well. And I gotta say, I'm loving that ceiling. So how much did it cost? Well, it was about 20 euros to get in here, and that came with a drink. The drinks by themselves were all about 10 euros each, and they were all very strong. They all tasted like doubles to me. The club also had these cool Sin City murals in the back with these weird strobe lights as you headed down to the bathrooms. And speaking of the bathrooms, I have to say I'm really digging these urinals. And the music is way better than I was expecting. All of this cool house funk 70s stuff is really nice. Looking at the rest of the club, it's obvious that although this place is pretty big, it mostly caters to people who are buying bottles. And I have no problem with people who want to buy bottles. I've done it before. It's fun, okay? But if it takes up 80% of your club, is it really VIP anymore? Or are you just trying to extract as much money as possible from people with zero return on that investment? As the night went on, the place slowly started to fill up. I got inside at about midnight, and I'd say it was about 1 or 1:30 before I could say the place was actually full. And at around 2 a.m., the music became a little bit more intense, and the show started. This place even had a moving ceiling to go along with all the lights and flashes. The entire spectacle was really cool, and the sound was intense but also not too overwhelming. It almost made all the problems with the place worth it. Speaking of the problems, let's start with one of the biggest ones, the crowded dance floor. As I said before, most of this place is taken up by VIP tables, which means that all the regular patrons and those in the VIP tables who want to go to a real dance floor are smushed into this tiny crowded area that's between the DJ booth and the VIP area. And if the crowded space isn't bad enough, this area also serves as the only walkway from the entrance to the bathrooms. And so it isn't so much a dance floor as it is a never-ending pushing contest. The dance floor situation is actually so bad that I wouldn't even think about coming here again unless I was going to get a table. It seems this is another one of those clubs where you need to pay through the nose if you want to enjoy yourself. I would have expected better from a place that was once Rome's Studio 54. And to be honest, the only reason I would say it would be a good idea to buy a bottle here is if you wanted to meet somebody. However, I think we all know that if you're buying a bottle just so you can meet somebody, you're probably wasting your money and time. Another important thing to mention. If I was a girl, there is no way I would even dream of ever coming to this nightclub. Now, why do I say that? First and foremost, because it seemed incredibly unsafe. There wasn't enough security, and by the end of the night there were tons of young drunk dudes milling around uncontrollably. That, combined with the fact that the dance floor is a giant pushing contest, makes this an absolute no-go if I'm a woman. Oh, and one little comment before I forget, on the age range of everybody here. Pretty much, if you're over the age of 23, you're gonna feel kinda old coming here. Overall, I was left pretty disappointed by my visit to Piper Club. And this isn't even because it's necessarily a truly terrible place. I mean, the design is great. It's really cool actually. And the music was actually pretty good too. And that's actually why I'm disappointed, because this could actually be a pretty cool space with just a couple tweaks made. Instead, it's just another boring club where people come to waste money and show off. That's all for this one. If you like what you saw, drop us a like or subscribe to see more videos like this in the future. Until next time, thanks for watching. Have a fun night.